So this book that I want to talk to you guys about was written by one of our own. He is a TikToker. His name is JF Yamada, and he does a lot of author skits. He does like things that are inquisitive, things that are like think pieces, and he also does stuff that'll just straight up make you laugh. When I reached out to him, because you guys, I doom scroll on Book Talk a lot, and I have a lot of you guys on my wish list on Amazon. Those of you who are on Amazon, I have you guys on my wish list. You guys will eventually become like a part of my library, and I will eventually do stuff um, with like content with your books. But trust me, if you're out there posting, more than likely you're on like my list. But I reached out to him and I said, "Hey man, I've seen your content. I saw that you have a published book. I'm gonna, buy it. I'm gonna read it, and I wanted to let you know just in case like it was okay for me to do a video." And he was like, "Sure." This man is so sweet. He sent me a copy of his book and he was like, "Thank you so much." And no, seriously, thank you for being the author that you are and writing this magnificent story. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it is about a girl who is kind of an introvert. She's a loner and she's quirky and she's my kind of girl, honestly. And she has this power where she can go into books and become a character. And while she's in these stories, she has the powers that are in the story and the world that she steps into. Forgive me if I get this wrong, but I think it's called Homortia, I think. But that's how I said it in my head. And in this world, she just becomes this character and she becomes like a completely different person. It is really interesting and I loved that. So during the time that she's in here, one of the times she's like reading in class and she's reading the margin notes in one of the textbooks and she finds herself in this world. She comes across another student who is, the popular dude, the last person you would expect to like see here. And he's kind of like, "What the F are you doing here?" And she's like, "Well, what the F are you doing here?" And then he finds it really interesting that she's there and he's like, "Oh, you have a certain ability. Got it." So he takes her ability and he gives her a book that he wants her to crack this code to see if he can help, like she can help him. So when she comes out of the world, she finds out that he's actually missing. And the only way to find him is through this book. And she ends up finding out that she's not the only person with abilities, and she has to team up with some other people. And she, in the process of doing all of this, she gains confidence and friendship and a boyfriend. And her whole life kind of turns around, but it also gets turned upside down because this guy is kind of in trouble and she gets mixed up in a lot of stuff. And this book was an adventure. It had whimsy, it had fun, it had friendship. I loved it. Like, you guys really need to start checking out your authors on here, like not just the popular ones. You guys need to seriously check out your indie authors because they do write some pretty great stuff. And I do want to say thank you very, very much for the opportunity to read your book, and I can't wait for your next one. Guys, check out JF Yamada's TikTok page, and you should also check out Emmelyn's book club if this is your vibe, if you feel like you want a little bit of whimsy. It also gave me a little bit of a brain exercise because he used bigger words and not knocking, everybody else, because everybody else is very wonderful. But I love a book that uses bigger language because it gives me a chance to exercise my brain. One of my favorite movies when I was a child was Aquila and the Bee. Like, I love words. I love building words and learning how they work. Like, this book was great. It like checked all the boxes. Great job. Can't wait for your next one.